when we saw Spider-Man Far From Home, I'm going to say this because it kind of ties in. They did the very quick, I think it was 10, 15 seconds, that little clip of the people blipping back in the gymnasium. And
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
going to lie, I did kind of think that was all we were going to get from it. Because the Russos had kind of laid out their ideas for what they thought happened after the blip. Mind you, it's not exactly complete canon because it's whatever Feige says. But
yeah,
to actually like see this, like just the commotion in the hospital was insane. And I guess like the Russos technically weren't lying. It looked like everyone did blip back in a safe place. Like people weren't there weren't people in like multiple people blipping back into a bed that someone else is already in.
yeah, yeah. There was a lot of sort of bumping into people that were just sort of blipping back and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, there was a lot of talk of was the people who were in aeroplanes and stuff like that. But what happened to them? But I think the sort of story is that when when Hulk um, or Banner, Professor Hulk had sort of brought everyone back. He purposely brought them back in a safe way to make sure,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Which I'm happy to go along with that.
Yeah.
That seems to work for me.
Oh yeah.
I thought the way she came back was good. Uh, which is very different to Far From Home, where Far From Home it was just sort of bang, yeah, straight
Mm-hmm.
away you're there. And I know not, didn't really sort of linger on any of them moments too much, but obviously this was really good effects. And to be honest, that's how they went. So it makes sense that's
Mm-hmm.
how they came back. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
I also noticed that like I think I saw this and I think it was a new Rockstars video. A lot of the people in Endgame and Infinity War, when they dusted away, it was like dust. And when Monica's coming back, like it actually just looks like it's herself piecing it back together. It doesn't so much look
Yeah,
like it's just dust coming back, which I thought that was
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I also like the little
yeah. Well,
line from Captain Marvel in there, Brie Larson's Lieutenant Trouble.
yeah, yeah. Well, actually, I watched when I watched the episode again. I watched it with subtitles on, and there's actually quite a bit of dialogue, which you don't actually hear, but with the subtitles on, that obviously it's there. And there's actually conversations between Monica and the mom Maria. Is it
Yes,
Marie?
Maria.
Yeah. There's a bit of dialogue between them. About them joining the about Monica joining the sword and stuff. So nothing massively relevant to, but it was just a nice little. I don't know why it's there as a subtitle because I played it back when I saw it as a subtitle. So like, oh, is that worth hearing? And you couldn't really hear it,
Yeah.
but it's there as subtitles, and it's just. But again, I thought it was a nice little nice little intro to Monica.
Yeah.
Sort of setting her up. You know, we've obviously got her backstory in some way because we know where she's come from. But to immediately dump on you that her mother's passed away, I thought that was quite like, all right, shit,
Yeah.
she's in it now, isn't she? Type of thing. This is it, and they obviously quickly move her forward 3 weeks to when she returns to Sword, which obviously gets things moving pretty quickly.
Yeah. And one quick thing I noticed about Sword for sure is they've actually changed the acronym from what it is in the comics. So,
Yes,
so it's
yes.
well, I'm trying to think of the whole thing off the top of my head. The one in the MCU, it's sentient weapons organize. Oh, organi- I'm, I'm gonna
Is it
cheat.
not World? Is it not?
No, that's what it is in the comics. It's world instead of weapons in the comics,
Yes, yeah, yeah. So it's weapons. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
which I found interesting that they'd replace the worlds with weapons, especially when we all thought that Nick Fury was on the Sword Station in
yeah,
space.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I yeah, so sentient weapons observation and response department, and then in the MC or in the comics, sentient world observation and response department.
yeah. It's strange that they've tinkered with that for a reason. I feel that we might not find out now, but at some point, I think maybe upcoming films or whatever. I don't know. We might find out why. But yeah, there's a reason to think of that because
Yeah.
why would there? There's
Yeah.
no reason.
That's what I was thinking of. And like even just I'm like we're probably going to spend a lot of time on this beginning of the episode because I thought there was just a ton there that they're just kind of like, all right, here's Sword, here's a few things about Sword, and back. And I was just like,
Yeah,
okay, wait, I need to rewind a bit. Hayward, whoever he is, because he's not in the comics,
there's a
I don't like him.
there's a Haywood in Agents of Shield.
Yeah, that's the one who
Um,
tried to kill the team, right?
yeah, he was a villain in it. So whether there's a connection, I don't know. But again, why would you reuse that name?
Yeah,
It seems like a too easy a connection. You would just use a different name if there wasn't going to be a connection. So, um, but Marvel are very good at dropping these little things, and some things amount to stuff, and other things are just dropping in there just to get us all thinking and talking about it. So, but you didn't trust them, did you not?
I don't, and mainly for
No,
the fact that
no.
it seems like him and Monica seem to have like just some kind of relationship before. Like it more so seems like it was a working relationship, right? They work together,
Yeah,
most likely. I'm guessing kind of rivals, similar to what Yonrog and Captain Marvel were like in Captain Marvel. So I think that
yeah,
like she was gone. Her mother ended up passing away in the time when she was gone. He just saw that as an opportunity to take over this company for his own means. I don't honestly necessarily think he's a bigger villain. I just think he's trying to undermine Monica.
yeah. There was a lot. Yeah, there was a few sort of exchange of words where he was sort of saying, yeah, like I think he refers to, oh no, I'm not head, I'm what was it, interim head and up
Yeah.
or something, and she sort of said, oh well, yeah, there was no one else to give it to or something like that. There was a few words exchanged which got me thinking, yeah, is there something not quite right there? But I must admit, I dismissed it. I just thought, oh no, they seem to be getting on okay, so I didn't quite see it as much as a. But now you've said it, yeah, there could be, like you say, there could be something there. Perhaps that's not quite right with them.
It just seemed like he also wanted to push her away too. He didn't want her to stay at Sword. He didn't want her to. She started to question some of the things that were going on at Sword because she was like, "Oh, creation, we're doing creation now. Like
Yeah,
that's not something
yeah,
we did before." And it seems
yeah,
like he's almost just like, "All right, we know that this particular case, like there is something going on. We're gonna send you there.
mm,
Hope that takes up your time, and just get you away
yeah,
from here for a bit."
yeah. It was when they were walking through. I don't know, it was like a big hangar or whatever. I was I went back a few times. I thought there must be something there. I thought there must be something there that might give us a hint at something else. Because there's a shot, the walk through, and there's a few shots, and there's looks like spaceships or whatever in the background. And then just as they move out a shot, it lingers on like a big. I think it's a spaceship. I don't know. And I'm looking, and I paused. I'm looking, and but I can't make anything out. So I don't, maybe I was looking for something that wasn't there, or I just haven't been able to pick up on something. But I don't know.
I don't think you were. I bet you there's probably gonna be something there that we're gonna see down the line, and we're gonna be like, that was it.
That
That
was
was it.
yeah, yeah,
But
maybe yeah, yeah,
and it might not maybe show up this series though.
no,
Yeah.
no, they're very good at sort of laying things sort of having things in the background which then sort of appear later on. So
Yeah.
yeah, that I mean that would be that. Yeah, I'll be happy with that. That would be pretty cool. So
I had
yeah,
one small theory from something he said, and I think it's been floating around too. So I know I'm definitely not the only one. He was mentioning astronauts who were going up into space before the blip, and that a bunch of them hadn't
yeah,
come back, didn't return to work.
yeah,
It started to remind me of a group of 4 people who happened to get their powers from cosmic space
yeah.
rays. That would be the
Yep,
Fantastic
yep,
Four. So I
yeah.
think we've just seen how they're going to bring the Fantastic Four in.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I think yeah, I think that was sort of laying a little bit of a Easter egg to what might come there. I agree. I've even seen online that and I've looked at it and I don't really get it myself, but the colours in the sword is in the sword building are very similar to the Fantastic Four colours, which I haven't actually picked up. I just saw it online,
Black, white,
but
and
it
blue.
links into yeah, but I suppose it does link into um, yeah the conversation. I think it was when they were walking down the corridor, and yeah, they had a conversation about the space program or astronaut program, something like that. And yeah, he says yeah we're missing a few or there was yeah issues and but yeah I was thinking yeah that could be that could be it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.